Take a moment to come home, to be at home in yourself, in your spine, in your breath, in the stillness of your heart. For a moment, be quiet. Close your eyes and settle down, settle in. Consciously coming home into your cells, into your blood. Into the space between the thoughts. For a moment, be still. Just for a moment, be still. Stop going and trying and doing and wanting and expecting. Just for a moment. Don't move your body. Don't move your mind. Be at home without knowing what that means. No explanation, no justification, no ifs, ands, or buts, just to be at home. Connecting your body, heart, and mind, like tuning the strings on the violin. Tune yourself. Be in tune. This in-tuneness is more valuable than anything else in your life, than the money in the bank account, than all the successes and all of the achievements. Simply be in tune with yourself, with life. Just for a moment. This in-tuneness needs no explanation. It's not a show. It's not a pose. It's the essence. Be with the essence of life. Nothing to prove. Nothing to win. Nothing to lose. Just be at home. Why does the flower bloom? Is it to impress someone? Is the flower waiting till someone comes by? The boss, the hot guy, the hot girl wants to blossom in order to impress someone? The flower has something to prove? The flower is thinking, if only I were a little more like this. If only I were a little more like that. The flower is blooming because it's nature. It's the nature. It's because of the rhythm of life. In exactly the exact timing of life, the flower is blooming. In the same way, we must blossom, we must bloom, not to impress others, not to prove something, but for no reason at all. To smile for no reason at all. To experience the joy of being for no reason. If there's a reason, there's an expectation. Then there's a fear. Then there's control. Then it's not natural. Where does the smile grow from? It grows from the heart. The smile starts in the heart. A warmth, a softness, an openness in your heart. The smile is rooted in your heart. Then it starts to blossom into your eyes. From your heart to your eyes. Then it spreads through your whole body, finally into the lips. Lips is the last place the smile is coming, and it's not even necessary. But nowadays, what are we doing? We're faking it. We're posing, we're posers. duck lips, fake lips, posing for Instagram. This is not, you'll never have a real peace. You'll never have that real love and the real happiness with the fake smile. So we have to practice we have to remember how to be natural, how to be present in yourself without having to explain, without understanding. There's no understanding what it means, how to do it. Just to be present, to be at home, at the deep level. Now we're living on the surface. Everything is superficial. We spend so much time painting our face, taking care of our clothing, brushing our hair, brushing our teeth. How often do you clean your heart? How often do you clean your mind? How often do you clean your cells, your organs, your blood? So be at home at the deep level. Peace is at the deep level, not on the surface. Happiness at the deep level. At the deep level, there's no understanding. It's not a definition. Life is not a definition. You are not a definition. You are alive, like the garden. When your heart is blossoming, all of life blossoms. When your heart is trapped and stuck and cold and dry, and then all of life is reflecting that back. So, take time each day to nourish the essence of life, to connect with the source in your cells, in your blood, in your spine, in your breath, in your heart, behind your senses, behind your eyes. Our eyes are filled with desire. Our eyes, well, I want this, I don't want that. Our mind is stuck in the past, comparing everything. Never good enough. It will never be enough. If it hasn't been enough, it will never be enough. No matter how much you win, how much you change, you fix, it will never be enough. Show me someone who is enough. Who is enough? The richest people, most successful people, just as miserable, even more miserable. So give up this idea that, oh, first I have to fix this and go here and do that. Impossible. Either this moment is enough, or it will never be enough. But you can't understand. It's not to be understood. Life is not to be understood. Life is to be lived, to be danced. That is the joy. That is the happiness. That is the love. That is the peace. So clean your body, heart, and mind. You clean your clothes every day. Wash your clothes. Every day you brush your teeth. Every day you take a shower. That is very good, but that is only on the surface. Imagine you never clean your bed. You never wash your sheets for months, for years. You never clean your bed. Dirty, yucky, disgusting, icky. How you feel comfortable when you get into your bed? Do you feel at peace in your bed? Never. So you never clean your heart. You're living in a pile of trash. All the negative, heavy, traumatic things you're keeping all around you. How will you feel at peace? How can you feel at home? Every day, so many thoughts. expectations, memories. If you never clean your mind, how can you see clearly? How can you flow with life? So clean your body, heart, and mind every day. That's all. This is yoga. Yoga is just clean up the mess. It's not about proving something. This is the greatest mistake we can ever make. To live your life to prove something to someone. There's nothing to prove to be yourself. If there's something to prove, it's not yourself. It's someone else's story. And then what? We wait some applause, something, and nothing. It's empty. The greatest achievements are empty if you're not at home in yourself. If you can't be at home in yourself, then everything is empty. So this presence is the greatest treasure. It's not the diamonds and gemstones and beautiful house and furniture. All this is external. Showing off this and that, approval of others. How long does that last? How deep does that go? When you're at home at night in your bed alone, then what happens? Clean your body, heart, and mind. Tune your body, heart, and mind. And then life will blossom naturally through you, as life is blossoming naturally through every form in existence. Through yourselves, everything is natural. Life is natural. Life knows what to do. I don't know what to do. I can't divide my cells. I can't digest my food. I can't beat my heart. Life is doing. The same super intelligence that's in the seed that gives birth to the whole tree and all the flowers and leaves and fruits and seeds, and that same intelligence is operating in you at every level from the beginning, the super intelligence of existence. So to allow life to express itself through you, the uniqueness of you is to be successful. That is the goal of life. Because you don't have a life. Life has a you. Life is temporarily manifesting through you. There's no separate you that has a life that's doing something with a life. This is a misunderstanding. It's a subtle, but it's very deep. I don't have a life. The goal of my life, this and that. Life has a me. I am the goal of life. Each flower, each tree, each leaf, each plant, each fish, each bird is life dancing, manifesting. So this is the key, to be present. When you're present, automatically you can be joyful, playful, creative, kind. Kind to yourself. Not the fake one, not the fake putting on a show for others. That's the real strength, to be vulnerable, to be open, to learn, to grow. Not putting on the face and pushing through life to prove it for others. It's empty. If it worked, for sure it would have worked for someone by now. If it were possible, for sure someone would have made it. We laugh at the people playing the lottery. You have a better chance to win the lottery than to achieve to come home into yourself through achievements and goals and winning and pushing and trying and all this effort. No, otherwise, someone would made it. Someone would be at home, be peaceful, would feel content. But we see across the board, we're all sacrificing this moment, life, for some idea, some goal in the future, and upon attaining that, it's never enough. All we know is not enough. Our whole life is not enough. It's never enough. So we have to completely shift inside out. This moment is enough. Each moment is enough. Not just for me, the whole universe at once. It's not about me. I'm just a wave in the ocean. In fact, the wave doesn't exist. The wave is not separate from the ocean. There's only the ocean. The ocean is dancing. Temporarily, it takes the shape of a wave. The wave is never separate from the ocean. You are not separate from existence. And so there's no solution. There's no way to fix this I, me. What should I do? What should I wear? Where should I go? What should I say? How should I be? What should I do? There's no answer. Every answer is wrong. So we have to give up this approach or continue. But instead, we shift, instead of obsessing about me, for a moment forget yourself and allow life to dance in you, with you, as you. Rediscover this natural flow. To be in the flow. Like a great sports player, like a great musician, in the flow. This effortless mastery where there's no thinking, no planning, just flowing with life, dancing with life. At the high level of sports, not thinking. Simply through that presence, the aliveness will express itself as needed, moment to moment. In life and death, death is just another phase of life. Imagine your cells never die. Imagine the trees never die. We have no soil. We have no minerals. We have nothing. Death and life are one. Each moment you die. Each moment you're born again. Each breath, each night. So be always fresh. Like a child. I know I'm still growing up. I've been growing up 45 years. I started growing up in the United States of America. Then I was growing up in Quebec. Then I was growing up in Brazil. Then I was growing up in India. Now I'm growing up in Cambodia. Every day, infinite lessons, infinite discoveries, infinite things to let go of. Continuously. Life is teaching. This is the classroom. This is aliveness. Aliveness has value. Presence has value. Not just cryptocurrency, not just the position and status and all these things. Of course, that has value too. But there's a real value to being present. We're talking the quality of life. Doesn't come from the outside. So you give importance to this, you take time, little time. All we're saying is 30 minutes a day, 2%. 2% of 100. That leaves 98% to mess around. 2%. To take care of your garden. to nourish your garden. Your body is a garden. Your heart is a garden. Your mind is a garden. 3 gardens. It's such a joy to be in the garden. It's not a chore. It's a privilege. If you water the garden will grow. You don't have to explain to the garden how to grow. The garden knows what it's doing. We have no idea what we're doing, if we're honest. We have no idea what we're doing. Life knows. We can't know also. Give up trying to know. If it were possible, someone would know by now. So many books, so many talks, so many degrees. Everyone's so lost. So knowing is not the way. Being. You are it. You are life. You are peace. You are love. You are joy. You are the universe. You are it. It's not something you have, you can lose, you can get, you can find. You are it. Questions? Only thing we can do with questions is remove them. There's no answer for the question. Only thing we can do is to pull it out. When is the right time to meet your soulmate? Now. First, you have to become your soulmate. Then each person you meet is your soulmate. Each person is meant to be. Each person you have a connection, there's some deep learning that's coming. There's an exchange. Whether it's 5 minutes, 5 years, 5 hours, doesn't matter. Each person is on the way as your soulmate. It's not like a needle hiding in a stack of hay somewhere. Oh, I gotta find it. Where is it? Oh my God. Is it this one? Is it that one? Maybe, maybe not. You spend no. Live your life like each person you meet is your soulmate. But first, become your own soulmate. If you're not connected with your soul, if you're neglecting yourself, then how will you connect with another person? How is that possible? We're putting it off. We're avoiding. we're like greedy. We don't want it. We can't share our love. No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the right moment. If that moment comes, you won't know how to love. If you can't love in this moment, then how will you know how to love when the time comes? You'll miss it. If you can't be at that soul level now with yourself and with one another, then even if that person pops up, rides in on you're going to miss it. For sure, you'll miss it. If Jesus comes, if Buddha comes, you miss it. Because you're not present. You're living in some idea. A person should be like this, look like this, talk like this, do that. I should feel like this. Do I feel like that? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. No, not possible. This way it's not possible. So the right time is now. This is the only time, actually. The only time is now. The past is in your mind. Future is in your mind. Nobody else is sharing your story about the past. Your idea of the past is not the past. Your idea of the past is a tiny little speck of nothing in the little bits of information you've gathered about the universe. The past is everything that's happened everywhere at every level. Right? You pick and choose little pieces, weave together, it changes, distorted story is the past. That's not the past. Nobody is sharing your delusion of the past. And the future is the same. So the only time is now. So the right time is now. And the right person is everyone. Everyone that comes into your life is your soulmate. For better or for worse, sometimes we learn what to do from people. Sometimes we learn what not to do from people. Your parents are your soulmates. Your siblings are your soulmates. Soulmate doesn't mean like happy ever after everything. We're living in a Disney story. Life is not a Disney story. Life is wild, organic, like the garden, like the forest, like the jungle. There's no right and wrong like this. There's no shoulds and shouldn'ts, everything. Life is wild. So you have to give up the Disney story. Let it be as it is. The animals also your soulmates. We need the soul connection, authentic connection. We need to be real. This is the thing. We're posing. We've become posers. Posing on Instagram, yoga posers. Everything is a pose. Strike a pose. What I'm saying recently, we have to shift from pose to poise. What we need is the poise. The poise is the depth, the roots. No, it's okay. We've been misled by also people who have been misled. It's no one's fault. These are the times. But you can wake up in a moment. You can wake up. If you see how absurd it is. We have to see, it's important, we have to see very clearly. Then like a child, we have certain ideas, we're clinging to that. As we grow up, they fall away spontaneously. We have to mature at the soul level. Otherwise, no peace, only ego. Everyone now, I'm watching, everybody's making pretty faces for the camera, but inside, totally empty. We don't want to live like that. Sorry, I just came back from India. I've been sitting with such powerful sages. I don't know what to call it. There's no word for that. So I've been at the Mountain of Fire, Arunachala, for those who know, where Ramana Maharshi was. And this time is where this mountain is, no, I don't even have words for that. No, I won't talk about that. Anyway, question 2. No. I would like to do a retreat in India. Where and what do you suggest? Places, areas, temples. So I suggest the Mahatmas, the great souls. Go to sit at the feet of the great souls. Now, there are people at the same level as Buddha, at the same level as Jesus, that are continually on this planet. And they're overflowing. You know, normally in everyday life, we're around people who are stressed out, who are worried, who have all this, that's a vibe, right? That's a vibe. When you're in the presence of someone who's totally at peace, with no desire, no thoughts, that's a vibe. It's contagious. All the time people shouting and angry and lustful, everything is contagious. You go around these people in the pure state, nothing compares to that. So the 2 suggestions, the place where I was just now, Arunachala, in the south of India, you can get an apartment for like $150 a month. And there are teachers giving daily satsang, giving teachings every day. You can walk around the mountain. You can go meditate in the caves where these great sages like Ramana Maharshi, so many sages have meditated, are still meditating there. There are yogis that are completely silent, meditating 24 hours, they're just facing them. You can go sit with them. You absorb the vibe. It's not about learning. We don't need to learn anything else. And the second place is Amritapuri, where Matthew just came from Amrita. Well, I was there too in August. This is where Amma is, Amritanandamaya Ma. And thousands of people from all around the world who have been there for decades and decades and decades. That's what I suggest. I'm not big on go to Rishikesh and do a yoga course or this and that. Sit with the sages. They'll chop your head off and burn your ego down. How to let go of stress and forgive someone who being disrespectful to you, hurting you in an emotional way. Basically, how to water of the duck back. That must be an expression from a different language. So this is very interesting. Oftentimes we want to focus on how to get away from something, like how to stop being angry, how to stop being stressful, how to forgive someone. But inadvertently, what we're doing is we're watering that seed of stress and anger. What we need to focus is, how can I be at peace? How can I be at home in myself? When you're at home in yourself, everything else falls away without even knowing it's gone. So what you need is to nourish the core presence and aliveness in your spine, in your breath, in your cells, in your heart. You need to make that awesome. Make yourself awesome. And the shitty stuff, then it will fall away by itself. It will go away by itself. Otherwise, we're always thinking, that person disrespected me. I feel bad, I'm stressed. Like this, that's not gonna work. You need to, for a moment, leave everything outside and then nourish your garden, water your garden. So take time each day, do the practice, movement, breath, stillness, this core practice we're teaching, half hour. Each day, spend time journaling. Each time, take a walk in nature. Put your feet on the earth. Get the sunlight on your skin. This is what's going to help. Each day, to be with the flowers. Do something creative. Speak kindly with someone. Talk with someone from your heart. Do some service. Help someone who needs it. Make food. Enjoy your food. This you have to nourish that core aliveness. And before you know it, you've forgotten about that stuff. Why carry this with you? Right? Every day you eat food. Do you remember what you ate 3 weeks ago for breakfast? No, 4 months and 5 days ago, 6 years ago, what you ate? You have a great meal. But you eat it, you digest it, it's gone. You have a terrible meal. Imagine you're always remembering that one meal and that it was so good. And whatever you eat, it's never as good as that. You're always thinking, oh my God, that was just the best meal. And every day you eat the food and it's it's not quite good enough. No, it wasn't like that one meal that I ate once upon a time. Or the opposite. You had a terrible meal, you got food poisoning and you threw up and it was disgusting. And you can never forget it. And every day you're worried, is this one gonna suck too? What's gonna happen like that? Imagine, no. But you don't do that. You forget about it. You eat the food, you digest, you shit it out, and you forget about it. You have to do the same thing with every moment in life. Digest it, it's become part of you. No need to carry it around. We're especially carrying around all the trash, all the garbage, we carry it around. So just like with the food, each day we're eating this feast of life. You eat it, you digest it, and you keep going. Otherwise, we're always comparing. We're poisoning the present moment with the past. What was your life like before this? There's no before. I've been like this since a child. I never felt right in the United States of America. I never felt any need or desire to fulfill the expectations of others or have a career or make any money, anything. I grew up playing sports and classical music from when I was young, like 6, 7 years old. And I learned, okay, if I practice tennis, then I get better. If I practice the contrebasse, the double bass, then I get better. And I got addicted to learning. The joy that would come from learning. Learning not just like about ancient history or something, but learning like experiential learning, to be part of life, was such a high that I became addicted to the truth, what I thought then was the truth, something like that. And so that guided me through my early life. When I was 14, I had a mentor who had been a student of Chogyam Trungpa's. And he gave me books of like Alan Watts, and he taught me some mantra and some massage and healing. And then when I was 14, 15, all these languages started to flood through me. And so I learned this French and this Spanish and Portuguese. And then I left the United States of America when I was 18 years old. Moved to Quebec, went to French University. And when I was 19, I was initiated in a traditional path of Kriya Yoga and giving the teachings of the sages and enlightened masters, specifically Sri Aurobindo. For anyone who knows, he's written an encyclopedia on everything about everything. And so for 2 years, I was reading through that, and I was just doing the practice. I was told, and I did the practice. Within weeks, my breath would stop, and I would shoot off and have these radical mystical experiences. It was very difficult. It was like an electric shockwave. Lasted for like 10 years. So I didn't really have a before and after. This grew out of my life. This wasn't like let's see, a good idea. Actually, I never planned to do this. I never wanted to do this. I had lived in the ashrams when I was 22. I came back and moved after Brazil. I was living in the communities in Brazil, studying gemstones and jewelry making, and then acupuncture, Reiki, and massage, and working with plant medicine back in 2002. And then I came back and was living in the communities, retreat centers, ashrams, 6 months in silence, traveling with the masters. 2005, I started to meet with the living sages and enlightened masters. Since that time, I've been completely a fanboy of the sages and enlightened masters. I would sleep in my car, sleep on wherever, in the street, in the cold, wherever, just to be with them, And still today, I just came back from India, where I've been sitting with such unbelievable souls. Wow. And so when I came to Cambodia in 2010 with $500 to my name, I was supposed to be living in India. I thought, I'm moving to India, I'll spend my life in India. I had a 10-year visa. Little did I know, at the time, every 6 months you had to leave for 2 months. Now everything's all messed up again. But after that only lasted for a year or so, and then he was like, you could come back the next day. But I had to go for 2 months, I didn't know where to go. Went to Thailand, and in Kopangan I got dengue, and then I got robbed. And I was like, gotta get out of here. And so a friend wrote me, he says, why don't you come to Siem Reap? And I looked at the map and I was like, that's nearby. I'd never heard of Cambodia, never heard of Angkor Wat, never heard of the Khmer Rouge. And never once in my life did I think, I want to make a retreat center or something like that, ashram. Or teach, I wasn't teaching. I've been practicing intensely for a decade, 11 years, 12 years, something. I knew I dedicated my life to the path. I said, however long this takes, if it takes 20 years, if it takes 30 years, I don't care. It was like this first, and then whatever comes next will come. There was no end game. There was no practical consideration. Same with language. I would never learn a language because it would be useful for my life or career or something. It was always through passion. Whatever I felt the passion about, whatever was passionate, and that brought me aliveness, I would full go into that. And then when it was done, I would go to the next. And so I stumbled into Cambodia with nothing. And I started to look for the sages. I said, I can feel the power here. Where are the sages? And I couldn't find them. And then someone directed me to this pagoda, Wat Swayadamiet. It's on one of these lakes that they built in the Angkor time. It's a very old pagoda. And there was a guy, a Buddhist monk in his 70s, the other one was in his 80s, and they invited me to do a Vipassana with them. And I was like, sure. I'd sat the Goenka before in Quebec over the Christmas and New Year's. It was freezing cold, so much snow and ice. So I had done the 10-day process before. I said, sure, I'll come. This was 6 days, and it was nothing like that. It was just them chanting for 8 hours a day. And I'd just sit there, and they would just chant and chant and chant and chant. I was like, all right. And then on the last day, I walked outside, and it was clear sky, and it was like a lightning bolt says, set up a center for awakening, like that. And I had never in my life considered that, considered staying in Cambodia, anything of the sort. But it was like a clear calling, and I learned to listen. So I was like, okay. And so one thing led to the next, and here we are, 15 years later. We're coming up to our 15-year anniversary in just a few weeks. So this is all impossible. I have no idea. No idea who I was before this, no idea who I am now. And the beautiful thing is I don't need to know. I don't need to know to be happy, to be peaceful. Knowing is an extra burden to carry around. It's always false. Knowing is always false. It's always partial. It's always temporary. Actually, we don't know anything. What a gift to be free from that false, the need to know. If I live a blissful life, what about social responsibility? Is activism pointless? So when you're at home in yourself, automatically you'll do what needs to be done. Everybody's different. Everyone has a different dharma. Everyone has a different path. To be happy doesn't mean you don't do anything. Try to not do anything. I'd like to see anybody not do anything. You have to do something. You have to do something with your life, even if you're happy. Miserable people also doing things, but miserable people doing things to distract themselves. If your social activism is a distraction from taking care of your own shit, from dealing with your own circle and your own family, then what good is that? No, I'm worried about the people over there, but I'm not respecting my own self or my family or the people in my community. Is that social activism? Or is that another distraction, another excuse? So of course, when you're blissful, really blissful, you want to share that with others. You see that in others. You only see that in others. You don't. So no, it's not one or the other. When you're truly at home in yourself, then your life becomes like a lighthouse to those around you. But if you're miserable, then what? If I don't have any water, how can I give you water to drink? If I'm miserable, then that miserableness is going to come through in everything I say, everything I think, all my actions. In a subtle way, that vibration of sadness is hiding inside me and is coming out in the way that I look at others, in the way that I speak, in my words. So actually, what do we want to share with others? So blissful doesn't mean impractical or disconnected from reality or something like that. It's not that when you're at home in yourself, you're hiding from everything and everyone. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. Everyone else is hiding. You put on a show for a few hours a day and then you hide in your phone, in your house, in your thing. Distracting with this and this and that. Talking about politics. What's that doing? How is that helping anything? We're just dancing with the bots. So, to be blissful, then you become like you bring peace to those around you, not just humans. Mother Earth needs our respect as well. We think we're so much better than life. This is a big problem. We think that life is so dirty and stupid. And here we are, humans, we're so civilized and great. It's the opposite. No, so it's not just helping the starving humans in Africa or something like that. It's our immediate environment. We need that connection, that deep connection. This is engagement. To be engaged with that which is real, not this idea of someone who's over there. That's a kind of avoidance. We're avoiding dealing with what is. So blissfulness is not an impediment to social engagement, but is the way. Are there different benefits to the different types of breathing practices we do, such as alternate nostril breathing? So overall, all the practices we're doing are simply to clean up, to clean up. Like you wash your clothes are clean, you put on the nice clothes, you feel good. You have to clean your nervous system, you have to clean your mind, clean your heart, clean your nadis, these subtle nerve channels, clean your organs, clean your blood, clean this field, the electromagnetic field around you. So breathing is what they call pranayama. Prana is not just breath, prana is the life force. There are many types of life force. One is your blood is life force. This is one form of life force. Another is the breath. Another is in your nervous system. Right? There's a life force that's in the plants, life force in the sun, life force in the food, life force in different colors. Right? So what we're doing is learning how to organize and to circulate the life force energy within us and around us. And so these three that we've given, the breath of fire, alternate nostril, and the spinal breathing, are working together to, like you want to plant a garden, you need to make a nice soil. You need to till the soil. Right? You need to, so that's all we're doing. We shouldn't get too like, oh, what's the benefit? No, overall, we need to be at home in ourselves. Whatever it takes, we need to do that. Whatever it takes to be at home in yourself. No, we wash our clothes, we brush our teeth, we wash our skin with chemicals. Not enough. It's only on the surface, for sure. This is the surface. The teeth, everyone brushes their teeth every day. Everyone washes their clothes every day. This is only on the surface. So pranayama is deep level, breathing is a deep level of cleaning. The secret is in your spine. This is the core channel of life. This is the evolution of life and consciousness through the spine. Not just humans, but from the beginning. So your clothes are beautiful, your face is beautiful. Make your cells beautiful. Make your blood beautiful. Make your organs beautiful. Make your heart beautiful. Make your eyes beautiful. Then that inner beauty, right? It's not, again, it's not a pose. Everyone a lip filler and airbrush. Now everything is airbrush, the photos, everything. It's because we're empty inside. So like you water the garden, the breathing is watering your inner garden. When you water the garden will grow. The garden knows what to do. You don't have to explain to the garden what to do. Imagine you trying to explain to the garden what to do. It's absurd. So you water your inner garden, and then the life will blossom within you. That's the inner light, the inner beauty, the inner wisdom, inner peace, inner love. Not a show. It's because we've been disturbed by all these TV and Disney and everything. We're trying to fit our lives into the stories of other people. In the past, we would only hear a few legends and myths, and that would help us to live our life. Now we're trying to squeeze our life into their stories. And it's not going to work. I can tell you 100%. With your methods, how do you manage to get over loss and rejection? How do you learn to play sports? How do you learn a foreign language? How do you learn to play music? No? Loss and rejection is the way. How can we learn? Bring it on. Bring it on. But in order to be able to work with that, you have to be stable in yourself, be grounded in yourself, be rooted in yourself. If you're like that, then anything comes is going to knock you over. If you don't have roots, then even a little wind comes or a little animal comes, boom, it knocks you over. Like Amma would say, but a big tree, you can tie an elephant to that tree, nothing can knock it over. So you need to strengthen your roots. Strengthen your roots, and then the loss and the rejection will empower you, will teach you. This is your guide. We have to learn from everything. Not just from the lessons we want or the good ones and stuff like that. Learn from everything. But in order to be able to digest that, you need to be it in yourself. You need that. And so the method, the practice is cultivating those roots in your spine. To be grounded in yourself, in your organs, in your cells, in your blood, in your breath. To be rooted in your heart, to be rooted in your mind. Because if there's a loss, then it's not meant to be. What, you want to try to force it? If there's a rejection, not meant to be. Not everything is meant to be. Imagine, how can everything be meant to be for everyone? Not possible. So, but because of our expectation, this is one of the things that's killing us. This strong expectation which comes with fear and control. So nothing to get over. If we have the idea that something isn't fair, life isn't fair, or this situation like that, then it's going to haunt us forever. So there's a level of acceptance that we need to cultivate. That we're not meant to, we can't win all the time. It's not going to go our way. Life is not, it's not supposed to. This again is the Disney mindset. It's going to work out in the end. It's supposed to be something like this. We have to see this is killing our inner power. And so it's so important to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is our real strength. To be able to feel. To be able to this vulnerability allows us to continually grow. But if we're stuck in this idea, it should be like this. It's not like that, it should be like that. This is going to be like a torture. This will torture, is a kind of torture. And so either everything is feeding our growth, or it's pulling us away from it. And so in order to be able to ride that wave, we must cultivate this roots, like a sports player, right? How do they get over a big loss? Right? Like the same. You train harder, you train more. And you understand that that's part of it. That's part of life. That's part of the learning. This is how we're learning. This is how we're growing. Then, like Rumi said, in the end, you'll bow down to everything that brought you to this moment. How could we take away any part? Oftentimes we don't even know, but it's the losses, it's the troubles that bring us to where we're going. We can only see afterwards. We can only see after the fact. Something comes up, it seems terrible. Exactly what we didn't want, but somehow that's what leads us to where we need to be. So we have to cultivate that kind of understanding in the moment. It's a kind of surrender. This is what we talk about, the path of surrender. Right now we're in the path of control. I'm invested in the 5 bodies. I'm interested in the 5 bodies. Can you please say more? What is the difference between the mental body and the wisdom body? 5 bodies. Annamaya kosha, the meat body, right? That's just the stuff, and essentially it'd be inanimate without the second body, pranamaya kosha, which is the life, the vitality. And so even the rocks, they have all 5 bodies too. Even the stones, the crystals, all this have all 5 bodies. They're not just dead, stupid rocks, inert matter. But there's an aliveness in there. Pranamaya kosha is the vitality we see in the plants, right? Which is the energy which is growing, blossoming the plants, also within us. We start as the 2 cells, then 4, then and then it just keeps going. Pranamaya kosha. The prana is in your nervous system, in your nadis, in your blood, everything. Manomaya kosha, the mental body. This is what's organizing life. This is kind of like an unconscious system of like mechanical connections and structures. This is just what's organizing. The plant also has a mind. The plant's not just like stupid, like, oh, where should I grow? When should I do? No, there's a perfect intelligence that's operating within the plant. Not just random leaves going here and there and like, oh man, what should I eat today? You know, something like that. No, it's super intelligence in the plants, right? This is operating through the senses. Manomaya kosha is operating through the 5 senses: seeing, hearing, tasting, feeling, seeing, whatever, you know the 5 senses. Then Vijnanamaya kosha, the wisdom body, this is the real knowing. It's not a mental knowing. It's like intuition. It's the higher mind. But we haven't trained that. We're stuck in the mechanical mind that's in the past and in the future and is planning and trying to control everyone and control myself and control others and all these ideas and right. And this is the mind. The wisdom is a whole nother quality. It comes through inspiration, through music, through creativity. And we can cultivate that, like the sages. We can cultivate that wisdom. We can see everything very clearly as it is. And then what's the biggest body? That's the real kicker. Anandamaya kosha, the bliss body. There are no words for that. You have to experience that. In the meantime, take some MDMA. At least you can have some taste like that. Those pathways, once those pathways are open, you can find that in the daily life. It's chemistry. Everything is chemistry anyway. Your whole thing is chemistry. Every day you're making a bad trip, bad drugs. This is what we're practicing is chemistry, is biology. It's not woo-woo spirituality. This is exact science. This is science. This is practical science. It's not again, putting on a show. Nowadays, most of the yoga spirituality is just a show. Sexy, cool yoga. Look at me, do some tricky poses, like a circus. We don't need that. We need the authentic. We need to be real. So, the 5 bodies. We need to cultivate the wisdom. We need to cultivate intuition. For that, your mind, you have to, like I have my hand, I'm holding on to something. Then I put it down. I'm not using my hand. Put your mind down. No one told you to, for a moment, don't think. Instead, just bang like a hammer, banging everything that comes in front of you, just smash it to pieces. And then compare with the past like this, future, No, for a moment, we have to train. There's a mechanics of being present. First thing is, for a moment, put down your mind. In order to do that, you have to shift the way you're breathing. Because all the emotions, the past, has caught a kind of tension in your nervous system and your breath. All this sadness, anger, everything is stored in your breath and you're swimming in it. So you have to filter that. That's what the practice is. Filtering, purification, cleaning. Like you have dirty clothes, you clean them. It's not like a big spiritual hulala. You have dirty clothes, you wash your clothes. You go to the toilet, you wipe your butt. Every day we're making such a mess. So clean it up. And then for a moment, stop thinking. Don't think. No mind. In that quietness, in that space, then the light of wisdom will shine through you. What is the meaning of life? You are the meaning of life. There's no meaning. Either there's no meaning or you're living it each moment. It's something to be lived. It's not a book. You want a dictionary? Here, I'll give you a dictionary you can read. There's no meaning. Or you are the meaning. Life is not a mental concept. Can be understood with the mind. You can understand how to assemble this IKEA table. But life is something different. Life is wild like the garden. What's the meaning of my finger? What's the meaning of a flower? What's the meaning of the ocean? Is there some way to capture that with some words? In the tip of my finger, how many atom bombs do I have? The infinite energy and power of the universe contained in the tip of my finger. So give up on trying to find the meaning and instead live life. By living life, then you're giving the meaning to life. Like I said before, you don't have a life. Nothing. You have a pair of pants, you have a house, you have a car. You don't have a life. Life has a you. You're a temporary phenomenon. Where does that you go in the dream state? Where does that you go in the deep sleep state? You don't have a life. So you are the meaning of life. What a relief. Otherwise, we have to live our life trying to be fix it and do it. What a headache. That you can be successful just by being yourself. This is the childlike state that was spoken of by all the sages. Only a child can pass to the kingdom. No, it's that playfulness, that curiosity, that innocence, that aliveness, that realness, that authenticity, to be real. We've been trying so hard to be something. What they told us, be like this, you have to do like this and get this and that. We've been trying so hard. So for a moment, stop trying. And remember how to be yourself. Which means you don't know what that is. I don't know what myself is. It's not like, okay, I'm a linguist that's born here and I act like this and I do this. No. To be yourself means without any knowing or understanding of who you are. There's no words or explanation. It's not like I have to explain myself. No, life is not explaining itself. The ocean is not explaining itself. The trees are not explaining themselves. Your cells are not explaining it. To be yourself without any idea of what that means. None at all. No idea. Because every idea is false. Is a limitation. Life is infinite. All right, 4 more questions. We're going into lightning round now. Could you tell us about your spiritual journey and how you came to realize you wanted to start the street in Cambodia? Done. What is the meaning of life? Done. What do you think about the idea of energy healing at a distance? How could that work? First, let's deal with energy healing here and now, right? So, there's so many layers. What is energy? Who am I? All these things is so complicated. Anyway, we know that well, here we have our friend Alex Gray over here. Has these beautiful paintings. He used to dissect cadavers, and we have many layers. This one, you recognize this? It's happening right now inside of you. Right? It's the nervous system. And so, like a river, if the river is flowing nicely, then everything is good. But when the river gets stuck, it becomes stagnant, and there's all kinds of problems. And so, because of different reasons, because of our diet, because of stress, main thing now is stress. Life is completely stressful, every aspect. We're rushing and pushing and so then there's blockage. And because of our habits of how we hold our body, we become very stagnant. But we have to be honest. And so there's all kind of blockages at this level. Let's see, what's the next level? Oh, cardiovascular system. Again, all kinds of blockages because of habitual patterns and habits and thoughts and diet and so many things. Then, lymphatic system and organs. Also, that one most people never even heard of. Lymphatic system, what's that? Right, but it's happening, whether you know it or not. And then we have the different layers of the energy body. So the spine is the center. The center channel of life light is in the spine. And then everything flows out from here in different ways, different patterns, different channels. And so in your hands, right, this is like a antenna. Essentially, you're like an antenna or an electrical circuit board. And then the energy comes up, splits in two, goes into five, down the legs into five, right? And so there's a positive and negative charge. And with that, you can feel the blockages and tension and emotions like that. And there are different ways, different trainings, but you have this energy in you and you can activate that and you can heal yourself either by directly placing your hand on your body or with a little bit of distance. And sometimes actually it's more powerful with a little bit of distance, right? There are different people that are doing energy healing in different ways. In the same way, our thoughts, right? Like someone else, like I can look at someone and send them love. I can look at someone and judge them and whatever, and we can feel that. We can feel that at a distance. Right? We can feel a person's thoughts. Because they're not just stuck in my head, my thoughts actually, there's like a ball of energy around me in which all of my thoughts and emotions and memories are swimming. And so there are some people who are born with different capacities who are like clairvoyant and who can see things, or people who can hear things, or people who can and there are some people who are born with different capacities of healing, and they can do that. And this is happening also in pujas, right? And we're doing different kind of ceremonies in India like this, different fire ceremonies, different types of magic, the shamanic healers as well. So basically, there's so much more to life than we know. The trees are communicating at a huge distance. The mushrooms are communicating. I mean, the energy is getting carried through the water, through the roots of the trees, through the stars and the planets. You know, we don't. You know, just like Wi-Fi, how is the email going from here to there? Like, how is my phone call coming from me to you? How is the radio waves going? It's like that. Like, what do we know? But it's happening. So there's a science behind it, whether we know it or not. But the point is that we don't have to work with everything. Work with what works for you. That's the thing. We waste our life like, that's not right, that's not right. Just focus on what's right for you. Whether we know it or not doesn't matter. But there's a science. There's a science. It's all science. Okay, last one. Can you share your story on going from being a Westerner to living in the East? I said, for me, there was no Westerner or Easterner. From the beginning, I felt a calling to be to the depth of the soul and the beauty of learning and blossoming into life. And I never felt, you know, I was fortunate. My parents got divorced when I was 13. It was messy. My dad was a lawyer. They were in court forever. I was living, you know, a week here, a week back and forth, all kinds of mess, you know. But that somehow gave me the freedom to pursue my path without being controlled by expectation of others, or like, oh, like, it's gonna work out, everyone's gonna be happy. Like that, it's like, no, my family is this moment, my life is this moment. I have a good relationship with my parents now, but what could have been seen as a negative thing and loss, and was definitely challenging at the time. Not that it wasn't challenging at the time. It pushed me to go deeper into my pursuit of music and to play music and my studies in language. And so everything is what we make of it. We shouldn't think I'm a Westerner. We've been born so many times. We don't know where we are. We don't know who we are. We've been born as a man, as a woman. We've been here and there. We've done this and that. So they're saying by the time you get a little interest in the spiritual path, you already had about 100,000 incarnations. It's not like I was maybe Cleopatra last life or something like that. It's like you've been born, when first you incarnate as the gases, and then microorganisms, and then all the different insects. Before getting to human being, you've already taken every other form in existence. Not you. Life, that's the thing, there's no me. It's life that's doing this. Now life has been born as this me. But we can tap into that infinite web of knowledge and existence. And so we're not a Westerner or an Easterner or anything. You are life. You are the whole ocean. This is what we're saying. You're not the wave. You are the ocean, the whole ocean. It seems like the ocean is taking the shape of a wave. Is that wave separate from the ocean? Is there something that is a wave? Is there any wave that is not the ocean? Not possible. The same, we have a gold watch, a gold ring, gold glasses, gold pen. Is there a pen in the gold? There's only gold. The essence is, the gold is the same. It's taking different forms. Life is taking these different forms. Now life is dancing as this form of you. Temporary, it's temporary. So you don't get too much caught up in the me story. Me, what about me? Me, I, this, that. I'm telling you, there's no solution. It will never work out. It hasn't worked out for anyone. It will not work out for you. So the key is to be one with that, with the aliveness, with the source, with the ocean. You are the ocean. Remember that. I am the ocean. The one yogi I was spending time with would say, I am nothing. I am nobody. I don't know anything. I don't need anything. Cut all the ties. Then you can be free. Then you can be wild. Then you can be creative. Then you can learn. Then you can grow. All these stories are trapped, are keeping you stuck. And it's never enough. So I don't think I'm a Westerner, I'm an Easterner, I'm anything. I'm a child. I'm a child, I am life. Child of life. Let's take a moment to be quiet. Again, come back to center. You have to keep reminding yourself, come back to center again and again and again, all day, every day. Sit up straight, lengthen your spine. Close your eyes. Focus at the center of your brain. Slow down your breath. Forget yourself. No. And cultivate that feeling of being at home. To be at home. Here and now. Without knowing what that is. Simply to be at home. Thanks for listening, everyone.